Hello there, my fellow dwarves. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress Cryptguards, Episode 3, Into the Mines. So, let's set up stockpiles for the stills as well, I guess. This one's going to be a little bit different. So, I'm going to put barrels here on this stockpile. I never remember where their barrels are. Finished goods. No. There's wheelbarrows, but I don't want wheelbarrows. The game has a way of just nesting things in places you would not expect. It's furniture, type, barrels. So barrels there in the barrel zone so that we have barrels to brew into. And then underneath, for now, we don't really have... well, I can put all the drinks under there as well. And then I'll put the fruits and leaves. I don't think we'll have any extracts, but like, I'll put it there too. Okay. And then here, furniture, barrels gets removed. And I'm just going to jump and remove all food from the main one, because we'll be moving that as well. Over in the other side, I'll have a stockpile of prepared meals. Oh, this is fruit and plants. So a stockpile of prepared meals, and then a stockpile of like just meat things. Kitchen meat. Nothing like a creepy name like just kitchen meat. So, meat, fish. I'm including fish in that too. So no plants, no drinks, no seeds, no fruit or leaves. I'll put in milled stuff, but I'm not going to be milling anything just yet. I'm also not going to put tallow in here. Because we're going to make into soaps. And no extracts. Or miscellaneous liquid. There we go. So then in the general stockpile, this thing, let's edit this and say pressed, paste, tallows, they're all fine. Lye and milk of lime is fine. Yeah. And that about covers it. I think. I hope. All right, we're getting a little bit more shells built up, so let's go back and make shell gems. At some point, maybe someone will trade with us. I doubt it. Oh, and we have a bridge. So, South Bridge. Very creative name. And I'm going to go ahead and let's start getting these switches for that. I'll put the switches in once we remove the general stockpile. So that means mining this area out and then moving the storage down a level. No, and we have North Bridge. Cool. Good progress. Am I down to... We still haven't butchered you, huh? Oh, it's rotted. Never mind. Wouldn't want it anyway. Speaking of rotted, so let's get rid of this pasture, because, like, we don't have animals anymore. Garbage dump. Put garbage out there. And then of the other zones that I don't have yet, I don't have a water source. So I'll call that water. And then fishing. And this is just so that they prioritize getting water and fish from the closest pond, because I don't want them venturing too far. I don't have a sand spot. Gathering fruit's pointless. Yeah, so that about covers it. I do need an office for Ingish, our leader here. But I am going to name Ingish off of one of you guys. So let's have our first giveaway. Raffle timer is up, and it's going to go to an active chatting subscriber. So good luck. Although it is a grim reminder of the winter, hardships to come, supply caravan from the Blunt Tome is a welcome sight. Their eyes are alight with the anticipation of inspecting the splendid products of your industrious craft dwarves. So this is the first trade. Well, you do not look like a dwarf. So you're a liaison from whom? I'm really curious. He's a goblin dwarf. Ah, here we go. Actual liaison. The expedition leader, Ingish, meets with the goblin outpost liaison. Oh, it's a goblin outpost liaison. Okay. There's much to share. So when you come back, bring me cow leather. And you want bars and tools? Maybe I supply. We'll see. Moving goods to the trade stockpile. We'll move finished goods. And that's probably it, because I haven't actually cut any gems yet. So we just have some, like, shell gems. Did I somehow manage embarking a goblin civ? No. That's just who's closest, and I'm not technically at war with the gobos yet. So in terms of civilizations, my government is the Full Axe, which is Dwarven. And then I'm at peace with the Blunt Tome, which is Dwarven as well. They just happen to have, like, a goblin liaison by chance. I think. So I think what I'll do is I'll just queue up the gems that I want to sell and then see what kind of buying power I have. But it's not going to be much. I basically have no gems. They would barely even accept this as a gift. Because it's pretty crumb. No, I can buy the leather, though. Okay, fine. Consider it done. I'm pretty sure I have other bins of stuff, but that's all iron, and this is all rough gems. I have 2 random large gems that I haven't moved, but I don't think it's worth doing. So, no trade, more. We already did our trade. It worked out. Got what I wanted. All right. The stockpile here. I'm going to expand. I can't expand down the floor, can I? Do I really want to repaint this? I guess I do. Alright, so general stockpile. Ammo's fine. Animals are fine. Armor's fine for now. No blocks. cloth, coins, finished goods that are not, finished goods are fine. No food, furniture, but not barrels. Gems are fine for now. It's going to change. Leather's fine, but it's for now. Sheets and parchments. No stones, weapons, and wood. I'm sure I screwed up somewhere, but like, whatever. I don't care. All right, so we'll get that stuff hauled away. And then this will become the general meeting area. And English, your new name is going to be L Crabs. So congrats, L Crabs. This is the Grand Hall, made out of dirt and loam. It is everything that I wanted it to be and more. All right, next order of business. I'm going to have you guys vote on. Either set up mining, build a temple, or improve dining room, improve barracks. Pick one of those 4 options, and I'll work on it. So setting up mining, what would that entail? Would be some sort of secure way to gain access to the lower levels, but without making us vulnerable to monsters, i.e. having the ability to close the way. Building a temple, just a general temple, like a tier 1 temple or whatever you want to call it, would be a place to allow anyone to do some basic prayer. So that could be useful. We could also improve the dining room or barracks to make it nicer so that people enjoy sleeping there, because right now it is pretty bad. Oh, you found it starved to death, did you? Yeah, me thinks that happened a long time ago, but okay. If you say it happened, I believe you. Metalsmith. Still don't have microcline. All right. So you can see everyone running around doing a little bit of organization, trying to clean things up. This will also allow me to get the levers that I want. So let's set those up, because there's no point in having bridges without levers. So there's 2 levers. Still have not made this farm plot. Clearly the dwarves in the colony are like, this doesn't really matter. Okay, setting up mining. So if I'm setting up mining, let's force the high master miner and the expert miner to only mine, so that I can get more of this done. So thinking about this logically, I'll probably end up on the Z level beneath the storage areas, putting prayer tombs, maybe bedrooms if we even want bedrooms. I could just do barracks, offices, that kind of thing. So that's going to be one floor down from here. On this level? So I'll build these staircases down to that level. And then after that, so this is the sort of brewery is likely to be up here somewhere eventually. Maybe even replacing the dining room. I'll decide on that later. But my point being that the mine would start down here. But one of the things that I wanted to do is to just be able to do it kind of more safely. And I also see that my drinks are low, so before I neglect that, let's prioritize that. So let's get those stairwells in, and then I'll mine around this. So if this here is the level for the admin area, I am going to create like a long hallway shaft here for protective reasons for later on. I sort of have a defense idea. I don't even know if it works. It's just me brainstorming, but we'll see if it functions the way I want it to function. So the mine shaft is going to go like around here, and then we'll have bridges in this area. I have a lot of platinum, don't I? All right, so let's continue smelting stuff that I've got. Lignite, magnetite, hematite. Okay. Look at the miners go. So if you're wondering why I laid it out like this, the eventual plan, I think, for me, is to put in glass along these sides here. The sides of the bridges. Because glass walls are impassable and not breakable, but you can see through them. And then in sections of it, having pits that can't be crossed with fortifications on the other side so that I can trap people. Well, the bridges themselves can crush people, but and I'll probably actually shrink the bridges at some point. But the idea is so that I can trap people in the entryway causeways and then shoot at them, and do the same for the mining down below in this area. That's sort of the idea here. Wow, it's all fire clay down here, huh? All right. So I'm going to try to prototype that as best as I can. So what I mean by that is something like this. Where let's say I have the mining shafts in this area, and I'm just going to erase it from this level. Or I could blueprint it so that we don't actually build it yet. So the mining shafts are in this area. That would mean that I would want even some micro bridges fine, because the bridge will act as a wall once raised. So we could do something like just a bauxite bridge there, and then all the way down here, have the same thing, just like a little bauxite bridge. And it acts as like an airlock, right? So tiny little bauxite bridge. And then in this stretch here, most of it's going to be glass walls with things like temples on the other side, because temples tend to have people in them to offer vision to know what's on the other side of the walls. That way I have lookouts, but the lookouts aren't military. They aren't military, and they're, you know, I don't have to draft anyone. It's just, you know, the windows that are commonly viewed through. And then in this design, maybe actually in the center, that could be pretty cool. If I had like a little fortification in the center of this area, where I could station marks dwarves to be able to shoot at enemies that can't shoot back at me, that would be pretty functional. There are, of course, some attack monsters that it could attack that would be ranged, and that changes the strategy, but at least it helps to filter out the ones that aren't ranged. So let's design it like that. I don't know if it's going to work, but that's my intent. So I'm going to do some quick measurements so that I get to the center here. So 5, let me zoom out. 5, 10. So the center is like a 4x4. That's fine. So this is sort of the center. And we'll mine this out. So the idea is to have fortifications, maybe actually even like this. I'll do olive wood. I don't really care about the materials at all. So marks dwarves can be stationed here and fire up or down. With fortifications on the other side. Oops. Made that too wide. And then I'll have pits around the fortifications so they can't, enemies can't gain access to them. So that the enemies are essentially like within the shooting range of the marks dwarves, but can't get up next to the fortification to return fire. Which means that we would want channel pits here. And then in normal circumstances, so this bridge would actually, I would probably have multiple bridges like airlocks, but it would allow, here, let's actually do 3. It would allow the marks dwarves to fire and trap enemies in this area. So I'm going to have tiny bridges and then like a long bridge. So these little bauxite bridges are more just like gates. Think of it that way. And then I can have another bauxite bridge like that we leave mostly up, but that I can pull if I want to crush enemies instead. To act as like a meat grinder of sorts. It looks real weird, but you can kind of visualize it maybe. So in this spot here, this is going to be a deeper pit, and then these pits are going to lead back to the mining shaft, if you do happen to fall in. And then I'll put a floor above the pit so that there's a roof so you can't climb up the sides. So that's sort of the design idea. I will even make the pits 1 wider. So we'll see if this works. Again, I've never prototyped this, but and if it fails, well, I get to be eaten. Think of it that way. So I'm going to wait until these bauxite bridges are done, but I probably should cut the bauxite into stone just to stretch it first. So I'm going to make rock blocks out of bauxite, and we'll make those bridges out of bauxite stone. And the bridges up here, I might try to do the same thing here, but implement the same pillboxes on the sides or something. I'll have to figure it out. Because this is a little bit different because there's infrastructure underneath it. So that changes the, the building designs. So maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. We will find out. And then the way to get down here, I'm gonna set up stairwells from above, so that Mark's dwarves can be drafted and descend in here. From this level, from where the farm storage is. So it'll be something like that. Really curious if it works. The initial bridges that I have, North Bridge, Lever, are very, very simple. Just because I knew that if it was overcomplicated, I wouldn't be able to, it'd be hard to have it built in time. But also, the design of this base doesn't really require access to the surface. So if I have to pull these bridges and leave them pulled, it's not a problem. But I'm linking the, I just linked the levers to these bridges so I can cut access to the overworld if I need to. It should be pretty safe to stare down a few levels. So I'm going to do that now. Because it's part of this design. And that way, once we have the stairs done, I can channel out the pit and then build the other bridge that's required. And we have more migrants. Well, there's the other yak bull. It just starved to death trying to graze with nothing to graze on. So, some new migrants. We've got a ranger. That's going to be useful for Mark's dwarves. A farmer. A doctor. That's really helpful. And a bunch of children. So far. More. Oh, no, I think that's it. So as far as labor goes, what is the farmer good at? Thresher and gelding? Oh, okay. So you're like a farmer. But really, you're not going to be helpful farming. Understood. So I'm putting the stairwells in to get to these little pillbox areas, and then I'll seal up the walls around it. Let's go ahead and check for bridges. So just one little mini bridge made out of bauxite blocks. And then this mini bridge is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. Lucky. So 13 down. And I'm going to suspend. Let me just make sure that I counted that out right, because I don't want to have to rebuild it. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, that looks about right. And then it's just going to be the same thing on the other side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's hope it works. Because I would like to go to the cavern soon. We already have, like, what we need for flux steel. But I think it would be fun to, you know, all caps fun, to just start recklessly exploring the underground. And I'm going to leave this suspended. I don't want to build the big bridges just yet. So then these pits here, I will continue to channel out. Oh, not plan. I'm actually channeling it. And they're just going to go down, down 3. And then I'll build the lips so that nothing can get back up. But that's why I have the bauxite bridges canceled. In fact, I'm gonna straight up cancel these, because now that they've been measured, I don't have to measure again. So this guy can't really go anywhere until this project is done. How'd you get out, actually? How did he get out? I don't think he should have been able to get out. Okay. He's magic. Yeah, he parkoured his way out. Maybe. Did he get out again? Oh, the bauxite bridge is already built? Oh, I actually don't really know. But the issue is we don't have anyone that's in here, so no one can actually gain access to this pit to continue mining it. Which is fine. So then the idea is that if you get stuck in the pit, you go back to the mining shafts. So what I might need to do is I might need to build like a temporary staircase in here that gets knocked down, but that's actually really annoying. That like I was actively trying to trap someone in here so that they would continue pit mining it out. And then they didn't. I'm just trying to think of the best way to fix that. Yeah, they only get trapped when I don't want them to. Exactly. If I want this channeled, I could mine from here, but then that just starts to look messy. That might be the only solution. So let's go ahead and build the other bridges so that we can move around again. Oh. Trying to think of the order of operations about how I want to do this. Because I also want to build the lip. But I can build the lip on a lower level to prevent them from climbing out. So yeah, let's just build the bridges then. So if I'm going to build the lip on a lower level, it's going to want to be, you know, we're going to want to make it look something like this once we have access to this area. So that we can stop the, like anything that can climb out from climbing out. Must be out of plump helmets. Yeah, we just haven't gone around to planting new ones. We'll get there. So these bauxite bridges are getting built now. And they'll offer some protection and the ability to fight anything that gets, like, trapped up in our level. These my animals? Oh, they are. Well, prepare to die. So I believe it was 10 materials. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, they're almost done. Just butchered some new animals. Hopefully we got tallow from that. No, apparently not. What's going on with the lack of tallow? Oh, is it the render? Thank you for tuning in to Dwarf Fortress Cryptguards, which originally streamed live on Twitch, February 21st. As it says in the video's description, I am not looking for feedback about this series, and in fact this series is a one-off of 7 episodes only, and I will not be returning to it. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my gaming community, Rhadamant.com also has a link to Discord, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream of some other game. Farewell, my fellow dwarves.